Okay. We're gonna start in 1 second, guys. I'll see if the pie thing's working. It probably isn't. Yeah, Druids have a ton of spells, man. You picked the super heavy spell class.
Right.
Oh, technically, I did say that I would let you guys use 2024 spells next time we level up.
Definitely forgot about that. Let me make those edits.
As a note, there will be some duplicate legacy spells, 2024 spells. You cannot go back and forth. If you ever whip out the 2024 version, that's all you're using the rest of the game.
You mean per spell though, right? You're not saying I can have some
Per
2024.
spell. Per spell.
Okay.
Like, the sleep spell I've found has the biggest dynamic change so far.
Yeah, it's very
And I regret the change because it went
I
from
hate this
like,
change.
well, I liked it at first because usually you can't roll enough dice for it to matter, and you can maybe catch someone slipping on a wisdom save. But in effect, since I've used it since I switched, no one fails to save. But it's all like low hit point characters where the dice pool would have worked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No,
One of those things.
the old school sleep, you gotta treat it like a Pokeball.
Pretty much, it is a Pokeball. You get them low, then you
Yeah.
Pokeball them, and then they're knocked out.
Yep.
All right, and we're using the legacy spells if we're staying with before 20.
No, you can use both, but if you cast a 2024 spell, that's the only version of that spell you can use going forward.
Oh, got you. Of that.
You
version.
can't, you
Okay.
can't pick and choose which version to use. Once you pick 2024, that's what you're using.
Okay, thank you. I thought you were saying we could only use all 2024 or all prior 2024 spells.
I've gone through like none of the 2024 spells, so there may be something we have to figure out as we go when they come up, if they're completely new or completely batshit stupid.
So the ones that say legacy are the old ones, and then the ones that
Correct.
just say first are the newer versions.
Yes, anything that says legacy is the old stuff. Anything that does not say legacy is the current stuff.
I'm actually going to take a level of Warlock and have Manny be my patron.
You're joking, but actually, it is not technically designed to do that. But
What?
there actually is a current there is a system for a group to be have one single patron, the entire group, or a group of people to do that.
That's
That's
interesting.
wild.
It is. It came out with one of the Feywild books.
Mm.
I guess if people wanted to be goons or henchmen, there was a system for it.
Right.
It's called Ice.
Good morning once, good morning twice, good morning time to get things right. This is episode session 86 of the World Breakers campaign. The Ugai, our group of heroes, has successfully stopped the Fey incursion designed to kill multiple world leaders at a gathering of world leaders event in Craghammer. They were able to defeat all of the Fey except for one, who they forced to retreat. They were able to keep all of the nobility and world leaders alive at the event during the fight. They were able to ensure that the warrior King Logan did not change to his Bloody Nine counterpart. And as a bonus, they were able to dispatch one Harry Dresden to stop the whole of Craghammer from being flooded out via the terrorist attack from the foundational druids of Craghammer. Harry was able to save 76% of Craghammer, with the most of the 24% being the upper crest. And what was it? 6% of that being people killed by demons released upon Craghammer.
Yes.
A calculated risk that will be argued about in the halls of whatever somewhere. But nonetheless, Craghammer in most of its entirety was saved from the flooding. The group, having succeeded in saving the day at the party, was quickly ushered out of the room by Valkyrus, who was very certain that the longer you stayed, the more in danger you would be from the people he works for. You quickly made your way out, using the key to get back to the home between worlds. Had a quick conversation with Valkyrus as he drank heavily, and imparted onto you all how terrifying that those closing moments were, and how he is kind of afraid of his boss at this point. But he passed out from drinking. Thino passed out from drinking because he wanted to try what Valkyrus was having. And the rest of the group made their way to their rooms for a much-needed long rest. Any questions, comments, concerns, or reminders before we hop back in?
Are we all aware what happened when the people tried to flood the town?
No, no one's aware yet.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, is this spell Polybrachia a new spell?
I've never heard of it, so yes.
Yes, it is.
What does it do?
Two muscular arms of brilliant arcane energy appear on a willing creature that you touch. These arms are fully functional and can be used to wield weapons and shields, allowing the target to simultaneously hold two two-handed weapons or four one-handed weapons.
Oh, God.
Perform somatic components of spells and perform other actions. For the duration, the target has advantage on strength checks. The target can take a bonus action to make a melee attack using a weapon wielded by the arms.
It sounds like
Concentration of the
astral
almost picked
arms,
that
but then like given to everybody.
I am going to very quickly regret
Yes.
making this change, I see.
I almost picked that spell and was about to carry 2 shields.
Oh my god.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
feel like that would be for like a melee fighter.
I thought about it for a while.
That's a paladin spell? Like, what kind of spell is that? Like,
I could have got it as a warlock too.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
oh,
Also, is
Lord
Clue a
Christ.
new spell?
Is
Clue?
what?
Clue?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
What?
It's weird though.
It's crazy.
It's a weird spell, I think.
One of the Chronology spells.
It's like you can see all your footprints, and then like something about like other footprints. You can start to see
Yeah.
other footprints that like
Footprints and fingerprints from the past 10 days.
yeah, it's weird.
Oh. This feels like when I let you guys add Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And I was like, wait, what spell? You can all heal now? Okay, cool.
Tasha's Cauldron was fucking fire.
It was such bullshit.
Right,
It was just...
It was so huge.
I did want to add a couple of context things for Greg that may or may not make a difference. So, when Rokir is just talking about the peak, he did like pretty much. He mentioned that the current peak in the original Peak, like they're pretty much different people, and he went on to say like they had different life experiences, so that like makes them different, et cetera, but like didn't elaborate on that. So
Like they started the same, but then they had different life experiences.
so
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
potentially be
we
a
don't
brother,
know.
Maybe not.
Yeah. So
What was that last part? So what?
we don't know if he's like a twin or like what's going on right now, but we know that he's not the same exact person who was there before.
Okay, thank you.
And because of that, Rokirus is like afraid of him and doesn't quite know what to make of him. Et cetera,
And that's what
et cetera.
happened last week while I was gone, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, but yeah.
Also, we mentioned that he's probably going to murder some of the dignitaries that were there
Yes,
too.
on your way out, you overheard Samson, the Peak, and Logan discussing what to do with the remaining world leaders. Essentially, this talking about so how many people are we deciding survived this? Some conversations about some of these world leaders have been troublesome, and their heirs may be more malleable to the current plans than they are. So you got the impression on the way out that not everyone you saved is going to make it out that room.
Yeah.
And that's
Why
part of
the
the
hell do
reason.
we leave?
Which is interesting.
Rokirus was
Because-
making you get out. Rokirus told
Yeah,
you
just like,
afterwards
yeah,
that he
leave,
was
leave,
worried
leave.
about your well-being if you stayed in the room too much longer.
They don't know who we are.
Right, but an interesting
We just-
point. Interesting point is that
based-
somebody who's
Right.
pretending to be dead there or asleep or whatever is actually fully conscious and aware of what's going on and not under the trance.
And who's
Essentially
that?
trying to put them under. Raiden,
the
who
leader
was a hit
of,
from the Spirited.
Yeah, the leader of Veritas.
Meredith.
So he's taking all this in, and if he makes it out, that could be some interesting tea to be bringing back.
Basically, we went there to gain ourselves a bunch of favor with multiple countries. We got the favor of one country, and we gave Riveria the ability to have everything exactly how that they want.
I mean, we got
Well-
2 countries now, if Samson's counting us for anything.
Well, technically, so I would say, just from like who's in the room, that would be 3 countries.
The Logan.
Which are
Yeah, 'cause
Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be
So-
Sethrit, Riveria, and technically Evanwood to some degree.
And I
Okay.
would say Beardus if my man survives.
True.
I mean, he got hit in the face with an Elder's
Okay, that's
Blast.
better than I was going to say.
What do you guys did?
Bullshit.
Knuckleball him in the face. But no, the leader of Veritas, Evanwood.
Evan.
The leader of Veritas is aware of your actions and who you are. Well, has seen
He was-
you.
He wasn't unconscious, though.
Well, once he got hit with the Eldritch Blast, he pretended to die.
Yeah, but I think we knew that my man was not actually dead. And he's a hit druid. I think he got a couple more hit points than one single other.
Hey. All I can say is that man got hit. Man had a really, really high performance check. Looked like he got fucked up. That may play better towards, the remaining people in the room than it does to you guys, because you guys have the past knowledge from the first time through. But
True.
but before he went down, he did get a very good look at everyone in the room. He was doing the whole dancing circle of protection thing.
If I was my former character, I would make use of this and be reaching out to Beardus right now.
And that's
Like, hey,
why you
man,
guys are
sure.
ground level characters. We don't need none of that. Complete side note, at the Otakon rave, they did the whole spinning circle of dancing thing. But I couldn't get my phone out fast enough.
Really?
Yes, I was like, that's it. That's the thing. I thought I made that up.
Hilarious.
They were moving fast as shit too.
With the Comic-Con thing and
drunk white people. Yeah, the circular rave dance thing.
Oh.
They did it in the middle of the floor, just like 50 people. It was pretty wild.
Damn.
But proof of concept, it was definitely difficult terrain, so that holds up for sure. But if there are no other questions, comments, concerns, or reminders,
My very last thing. Who told us, or how did we know about the stuff that was going on with the or anybody? So nobody knew about what was going on with the drowning of the city.
Yeah, I did. I told Logan. I did a What the hell did I do? I reached out to the goddess and what happened?
so the first time through, you were told that essentially you failed and that the bomb went off. Second time through, Katja made sure to tell Harry before you all left, "Hey, this town's about to get flooded. Could you save it?" And then ran out. But also reached
Because I
out to
could've
a goddess
picked
to
you or
help.
Harry, and I picked
That was
Harry.
after she asked the goddess, and the goddess had told her that she had two options.
No, that
Harry
was she asked
or
asked
Russell.
Harry first, and then she asked.
Oh,
the
okay.
guy. She had already put Harry in motion before that.
Right, but I had the choice to sacrifice you or Harry to save the city in some capacity, and I chose
Yeah,
Harry.
Brian told me that part. That's what I was trying to figure out. Who knew? All right, my very last question, Brian. I wouldn't have been alerted to this by my link.
What, to not taking a very serious threat you heard about 15 times seriously? No.
That it was actually happening from you know who.
No. Well,
Oh my
fun
God.
fact, she's dead.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
is she dead this time? She for real dead?
Well, we'll see. But, yeah, you guys left her in a bubble with no food or water, so.
all right. Well, there's that.
And had a very, very clear conversation about, are we going to let this person die in this bubble? And you guys were like, yes.
Not our monkey, not our circus.
Completely was a decision. So
Change your plans.
that's just what that is.
I
But
still
no,
highly
you
recommend listening to the Harry
oh,
side arc.
the three episode Harry side arc.
Yes, it was
Harry
very
fucked
good.
her up.
Harry did fuck
Very
her.
good. She came back from the dead.
But essentially, Catra did reach out to a goddess that she keeps reaching out to, asking if there was any way for you all to essentially affect the results of this, any way for you to save Crackhammer. And she was told there was a path via Harry Dresden or via her cousin, which is you, to save Crackhammer. But whoever she picked would be lost. So she picked Harry. Had she picked you, then that would have opened up different things as far as maybe getting a ping or a message or a conversation to you about what was going on and what could be done.
All right, gotcha. Thanks, cuz. I didn't want to die.
Lost doesn't mean dead, but
I didn't want you to have to get a new character because you would have lost to the group. Fuck that means.
but okay. Everyone can hit the long rest button as you all, in your own time, wake up from your long rest, eventually making your way out to the main meeting platform, as it were. Rocurus and Fino are still passed out until woken up. And Harry Dresden is sitting down on the couch, having what looks like a very warm cup of coffee, looking pretty fucked up.
Harry, what happened? How did?
Oh, hey guys. Well, Crackhammer's still there, so 2 thumbs up for old Harry.
That's amazing. Good job. No.
It's quite impressive. Very large city.
Yeah, I thought so too. You want to wake those 2 up? I feel 1 update is probably better than 2 updates.
Sure.
I, s-
Oh.
I
No?
send my familiar to go wake up, in a very unpleasant way. Like when your pet just like hops on your face in the morning.
So he's like, get it off.
Oh, but I think you two became friends in that fight last night.
Only in fighting.
Harry will kind of shake Rokuris up. Rokuris, huh? What? Oh, and he'll just kind of sit up and stretch a bit. Oh, I drank way too much. Sorry, gang.
Rough night. No worries.
Absolutely was, but success. Oh, the wizard's back. Hello, wizard.
You saved the city, apparently.
Oh, did you? Congratulations. Harry says, well, hold on. Let's temper expectations. I saved most of it. I'd say about 80%, we'll say. Mainly like the working class districts. Everything below the first disc is relatively okay. Everything above the first disc, not as great.
They'll be okay.
Well, the ones that are alive will. But all told, best possible outcome with 12 hours notice.
And the
So-
druids?
Sorry? Oh, me and Thomas dealt with all the ones we came across.
Okay.
It
What about
kind of felt like they weren't in it to not survive, so I think a lot of them are gone.
What about the clan on this two that had the fighting pits?
Oh
How are they?
What? Who? Who are we talking about?
Just to somebody.
I forget what it was. The one who took us to the pit.
The pierced breastplate, I believe. Oh, the one
Is
down
somebody
the street.
TV in the background? Sorry.
Or a TV on or something?
Yes.
Oh, that might be mine.
Yeah, I think that's yours, Manny.
No.
He says, most of this too should be fine. I can't speak to the fighting pits or anything like that. I mean, some water definitely got down there, but I don't think it's enough to, destroy the fighting pits.
Is Thomas okay?
Yeah, Thomas is fine. Thomas is fine. Harry's fine. Most of the city's fine.
I'm sorry.
Harry.
I'm sorry?
You are Harry.
Harry?
Oh, I skipped the lead. I'm Harry too. So Harry had this great idea to make a clone. So I'm the magical clone. I'm Harry too. Harry is now indentured to a goddess for 9 years, so won't be seeing him for a while.
Cancer's eyes just go wide.
Why is he in the goddess for 9 years?
Kind of like staring.
Well, you see, he asked for some help, and there was some strings attached. The help made the difference, saved the ball game. Without it, who knows? But he went in eyes open. He made his choice to save. Sorry, we made our choice because it was just one at that point to save the city, and it's not our first rodeo being indentured to a thing.
Oh, is that so?
That's what looks terribly.
Happy.
It's like apologetic. Like her face just looks so sad.
So I just leans over to her and just is this our fault?
It's mine. Pretty exclusively mine.
So are we calling you Harry or Harry 2?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe H2. Maybe maybe Dresden. Maybe HD2. We'll workshop it. I mean, but not to speak ill of me, but Harry's not going to be back in here for a while, so you can just call me Harry if you like. I don't have any so just some ground rules about.
We'll call him landfill.
No.
We're not calling me landfill.
He's a person.
Yes, I am Harry Dresden, the second.
The second.
It's not his son.
So you can call me Deuce if you want.
Okay.
No, okay, we're workshopping. That's not really important right now. Important facts. I will die if I use all of my magic, so I'm not going to do that. I will die if I die, which is, regular life thing, so regular. I have half the life that Harry had. Not expenditure-wise as far as like how much hits I can take. Not super important because I'm not leaving here again. But
Can you
long.
get your
Can I
spell
what?
slots back? You said you use
No.
magic.
No, I cannot. I cannot regain any expended magic. And I can't really sleep off wounds. It's more of a very expensive process to close any of this stuff, so I'm just gonna bandage it up for now.
Can we heal you?
With money and resources.
Oh,
How does that work?
Kessler's just looking sadder and sadder by the moment.
Well, so technically I am a magical construct, not,
You are the golem.
No, that's offensive. I'm not a golem. I
That's-
I am a magical clone. Very different, the same as Harry in every single way, except for the fact that I have a limited lifespan. Though, fascinatingly enough, I could technically outlive Harry.
Can you communicate with Harry?
No. Well, magically, but again, not using spell slots, so no.
Right.
It's a good
Yes.
thing
Harry
you got a
too?
nice cozy job in the workshop.
That's what I was thinking.
H2.
Yes, sir.
While you, Harry, were in Crackhammer, any reading on the king or the people about their feelings towards this type of action?
Ooh, I was a little busy saving Craghammer to kind of get a pulse on what was going on. I did make many magical projections of Anbira saying she was going to do this, claiming full responsibility for this, and then it happening. So, everyone in Craghammer is very zoomed in aware of who did this.
That reminds me. I need to see if the king is even alive, and I just sit down and do cry.
Okay, fun.
Which reminds me, I need to tell 3 days ago, Slyrak, about the meeting.
Yes, you
I
do.
go spend 10 minutes back in my room.
Oh, just kidding. I don't have scry available. I'll try tomorrow.
Why do you have to tell Harry? Why do you have to tell Harry from the past about what happened?
No, I have to tell
I mean, yourself?
The group originally got the original clue from future me. So future me, now current me, has to tell past me about the predicament to complete the
Understood.
loop.
Understood. Thank you for not messing up the time. Continue.
Harry too says, which brings up a fascinating point. What if Slyrak had died in that fight? Could he then have not told his past self what happened? If he couldn't tell what happened, would any of it have happened? Would Slyrak have died if he hadn't gone to the fight? Because you wouldn't have gone to the fight. You weren't told to go to the fight. Bob gets up and says, whoa, H2, you gotta slow it down, buddy. Harry says, you're right. I got a lot of energy right now. It's just really, you know what's funny? It's not the first time I've done this, but last time it was a ghost. So that was very limited time to be around. So that was, not as existential.
You made a ghost of yourself?
Yeah, I was fighting a ghost, and I couldn't physically harm it because it was a ghost. So I let the ghost kill me, which created a ghost of myself. Meanwhile, my girlfriend brought me back at the time my heart stopped. So I came back, Ghost Harry came, and we just beat the hell out that ghosty.
Okay, which journal name did you put that in so I could go read it?
That would be the one you stopped on.
Damn it!
So, how bad do you want to live? When the real Harry gets back here in 9 years, are you both going to just be walking around?
Wait, well, there be two of you.
I'm confused. Yeah, there'd just be two of us.
You
Until
are.
your magic runs out.
Well, I mean, I have no intention of casting any more powerful spells. You can't I
Wait.
can do those all day. That's fine. I can like make magic stuff. I'm just not going to cast leveled magic.
Understood. So does Bob answer to you as well?
No, Bob. Well, I have to ask him. Technically, he
He's
probably
curious.
shouldn't, but we'll see.
On the
But-
first level of Crackhammer, there is a Harry Dresden look-alike sideshow thing
What?
where the casinos are.
Please
A
go
bunch of
away.
Harry Dresdens.
I message at him. Does it go through? Like, is that,
Message?
like if I send a message spell,
Oh.
like the mind to my message spell, will it still work? tried.
What do you say in your message spell?
Touch my
Does
back.
no, I don't say that. Does Harry? No, I say. Hold on, sorry. Shit. Are you aware of my situation with the Whispers of the World? If that's what it's called, I'm trying to find it in my notes.
He responds back, I mean, I know everything Harry does.
Okay. Can you help me in the same way he could have, if needed?
Remind me again, Michelle, what Harry offered to help with.
Harry said, if it gets scary, come see me.
About,
And-
The whispers.
The
of world.
Whispers.
oh, right.
Whispers.
Harry too, in the message says, yeah, again, I'm full Harry. I just have limited use of the magic. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to. Well, maybe not say I'm not going to. I do have access to still a lot of my high level magic. In a life or death pinch, I can still cast some pretty world breaking stuff. But again, doing that would get me closer to dying. So
Understood. Definitely.
How do you feel about being like a decoy? Like,
no,
you know,
no, not
Top it
doing
up.
it. So nope, not doing it.
Okay.
H2 lives here now.
Okay.
That was the offer, you guys. Not to twist your arm, but you asked me to go say Crackhammer. I pulled it off. I think I might have earned living here forever now.
Well, not to be a dick, but technically we asked H1 to go save Craig.
I'm H1. Oh my goodness. That was me. That was me when it happened.
Jerry, he saved my entire race, basically. So, like, let's let him relax.
Harry
Okay,
drinks
good.
some more of his coffee. So what are you guys up to? How's you guys do on your end?
Mm,
Oh, pretty
did our
successful.
part, but maybe might have got raced anyway. Who knows?
What? What does that mean? Did you save everybody?
From the original threat?
Oh, good. There was
What?
a second
I
threat?
just look at Rope Harris and just look down. Let him say what he was gonna say.
There was a few opportunists at the party.
Bad actors. I've experienced that before in my time. Velcurus kind of shifts a bit in his seat and says, well, Harry, seems you've done some great work out there. If you don't mind, me and the Ugai have a few things to tie off. If you don't mind. Harry goes, Oh, no, of course. He gets up. I'm gonna... My house, wrap some of this up, then back to work, you know? We got a library to build.
You also have to fix your house first, so maybe you should start that first.
He kind of squints. No, we'll do the library first, 'cause I'm going to need some more help on that. I was using a lot of real magic to build stuff, so I'm going to have to scale it back to, the functional stuff. Want to make sure
Sure.
the library gets done on time. The house is fine. It hasn't rained here yet, although I think it might. I'll ask Bob if that's a thing.
Wait, Brian, can you remind who had the conversation about bringing skeletons back? With somebody said something about like with Craig Cameron. Well, it'll be a big army. Who was that?
Bob
Us?
and Harry.
I don't. Was it Harry?
It was Harry.
Oh, that was Bob and Harry. Yeah, in the
okay.
in the one shot. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah, about worst case scenario, if it goes to shit, you just grab some bodies and at least it's not for
I was about to
nothing.
say we could go get that 20% and
Jeez.
Right.
but we weren't a part of that. So.
Fucking crip.
And our houses are built tomorrow.
It would definitely speed the process up. When they leave, Rail Curious says, well, gang, great job all around. I'd like to apologize for drinking a little heavily, directly after. I like to drink after big fights, release the stress. I get a little kooky and say some crazy things when I do.
Check, thank you. Okay.
What'd you
He's
get?
lying. Right?
Hold, please. Okay, I'm gonna guide
I'm
myself
excited.
1 second. What?
What'd you get?
14.
11.
Oh, 14 and 11. Wonderful.
It sounds like he does drink pretty heavily after combat. He's, when drunk, says a lot of things he probably wouldn't have said sober. May not be the most factual things in the world. People get drunk, people say things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna. Yep.
You can, of course, believe what you want to believe. The inside check doesn't mean you have to change your opinion on anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Real Curious takes a deep breath and says, well, you guys have saved a lot of world leaders, a lot of important people. You, of course, have earned the favor of the Last Legends, which you already have. The favor of... That's the group. That's the group I work for. That's the group.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Riveria, of course, is in your debt. Sethric is in your debt. I can't really speak to the other party. I'm not really sure exactly where his influence lies, but I'm sure Samson's aware of who you are now, so that's a boon. Should you all find yourself in need of something that they could potentially help with, let me know. I can probably reach out and see what can be done. But that being said, what's next?
First of all, well, how are relations with Riveria and Viridis? As is.
Oh, I mean, they're on the opposite sides of the world, more or less. There may be some trade agreements, but beyond that, I'm not aware of anything up or down regarding those two nations.
Okay. Well, we do need to get back in there and handle the whole room where it happens thing.
Yes, there's a very
Waiting
angry
for
robot in there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that's an escalation. That's not a crack hammer thing. So yeah, that's the next. That's the next thing. Okay.
So we're not
On
going
the
to
other
crack
side
it.
of that door over there.
So we're not going to crack hammer. Y'all want to investigate what's happening right now?
We really do
Unless
need
we're
to
going
see
to loot.
who is the Kesser stops and says in her mind, We really need to see if the king is alive.
Why does that matter?
Well,
He's a piece of shit anyway.
that's true, but
And we know that
wait.
the Oscar is insane.
hold on. There's somebody. Wait. Fuck. Was that in? What is that place? Where's our stuff at? Where's our hideout thing?
Which hideout? Escalation. So
Escalation.
your guild
I
hall
need
is in
to go back
escalation.
and talk to the druid at Escalation, who's supposed to be the rightful king. Because if old boy's not there anymore,
Oh,
Or
he's in the
if
he's in the
weakened.
Undercity.
yeah. Actually, I do need, I need to know that. Because, yeah. We don't want to
And
do
full
the power vacuum.
So where we at, team? Crackhammer or escalation?
Well, I can't scry on the king until tomorrow.
I do not care about crack.
Let's just go back to
Why don't we go?
Oh.
Or if you need to reset the spell, let's go pick a fight. And we need to rest afterwards, and then you can change your spell.
Pick a fight where?
With the giant robot.
Oh,
After all, we have Ralpurus with us.
true. Okay, and then tomorrow we can go to actually. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow I definitely want to go to Escalation for sure.
Well, I'm whipping out my flame shield. I want to get close quarters with this one.
Let's do it.
Relker is just sitting
I
there
was gonna say,
watching
it's
you
been a while
guys
since we had
talk in
a
your
fight.
mind. And he's like,
Fly.
I don't want to be rude, but having a full group conversation in your heads when a person not in the group chat is here is a bit rude.
I thought
No,
we were
the
talking out
only
loud.
thing I said in my head was about the king. Everything else
Okay.
I said out loud.
You guys gotta notate when you're switching back to
Yeah, right.
using your
Yeah,
voice.
sorry.
I thought it was assumed we were talking aloud now.
No, it's not.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Relcurus will say then, I mean, while all that king stuff is interesting, I do think the room where it happens takes priority.
Yeah. 'Cause we have 13 days.
And can somebody just refresh me? What's up? I thought the room where it happens was already solved. No?
We found
It
it,
was
but there's
found.
but the guy, the Warforged is there.
Hence my broken tail. I still have 2 days left, I think, on the half moon.
I think
I thought
2
we
days
saved
left.
everybody.
12 days.
That's
right?
Craghammer. That's a different city entirely.
All right.
So
just quick
the
clarification.
room where it happened. So when you guys cleared the original dungeon you started in, you were told that clearing it was going to start the wall cities rising, beginning with escalation, and that before escalation got to the top of the wall, you needed to get to the room where it happens because there's a choice that needs to be made there, and whoever's in the room at the time gets to make that choice.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was. You guys don't have any information about what that choice is, simply that it has world-spanning impact.
But we had until the 18th of Memorial, right?
That's when the
Alright.
wall begins to rise. The city begins to rise. At that point, other people will realize it's rising, and
try to-
between their resources and whatever, eventually, other parties will figure out there is a room that needs to be found. Just from
Alright,
old
now
script,
this-
from old stories, from gods, whatever.
Mountain. Actually, we should probably do that.
Now, Brian,
Or-
this is being said in my head.
Okay.
Cousin,
Hmm.
this might be a time for me to rely on that power
What? Why is that?
to figure out what we might be asked.
Let me tell you.
Is
That-
this a 1-to-1?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
power is nefarious. I would not necessarily trust its intentions, cousin. I've seen it, and it is not benevolent or nor friendly, and it will control you if it gets.
Control me? We'll finish that conversation later on. I don't want to be rude. Our DM just said that. All right, guys.
Real Curious says, can you tell me about this Warforged? What happened?
Well, we found the entrance,
Right.
which we need to close up, by the way. We found the entrance. I went in. Lyrak made his way in after me, and we triggered its attention somehow. Oh wait,
Okay.
you were there too. I looked at what's his name. And we triggered its attention, and it tried to stop us from leaving. And then we got through here, and it said, "Are you my charge or something? You
Are you
came.
not my charge?
Are you not my charge? You came in the wrong way." And so now I'm not sure if it was hostile or just intent on its mission.
Well, which way did you go in? Did you find the doors?
No.
Nope.
We
No.
weaseled our way into a drain pipe.
Okay, so you did not
When you
find
said it
the
like that,
entrance. You found
I
a
like to say I
entrance.
came in through a waterfall on the mist of the breeze.
Okay, so that's a very different sentence. Like if you were reporting to me and you said that to me, I'd be like, oh, so you didn't do the thing. You found another way to do it. You found another way in. You didn't find the entrance.
Well, we could always go through the door and you could just open it and see where it is.
There is a possibility that when we go back in there, we go through the correct door and everything's fine.
True,
Well, that
'cause we
sounds
would be
great.
coming through that door.
Okay. So do we think there's a fight, or is there not going to be a fight? What are we?
I
What's
think-
the?
There's probably going to maybe be a fight. Let's see.
There
Okay.
could be, and if there is, I feel like it's going to be a big one.
He's
Oh.
very
Very
big.
strong.
Okay. Do we have any way to figure out if it's going to be a fight? The last time we fought a Warforged, it wasn't fun.
And I expect that it will not be this time, correct?
Okay.
What's his name? Verge.
Was it, Brian, was it like heavily armed?
The Warforged?
Yeah, like
It
what
had
could
a
we-
big ass fucking sword.
Okay.
And he had
He-
thighs.
He was left to guard one of the most important areas in all of existence. I'm anticipating him to be very strong.
He's guarding the dais. Wait, was he facing the dais or the door?
The dais. Valkyria says, okay, so Warforged, we probably have to fight it. It may be okay with us if we come in the correct door, which technically we should be doing using our fancy doors here.
Correct. But I'd
Okay.
really like to see where that door goes. So once we get in there, if we could just like, we'll step away. You can go through it, open it, see where it is, close it back up.
Me?
Hmm.
I'm not over. Well, I suppose I should figure that out too, huh? Well, let's figure out what the room's for first before we go entering and exiting just all willy nilly.
Sure.
Because for all we know, maybe the true doors are hidden or sealed or something, and opening up from the inside would reveal them to whoever is like right outside of it, not knowing it was important.
That's why I said you do it, because you seem like you'd be equipped to handle whatever.
No, I'm sure I could kill them, but my point is, if it were like in a tavern or
Sure.
an inn, they would now know that these doors exist. You know, like if
Right.
it was like built
Understood.
over, yeah. So if we can, monopolize entry, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
We have the entry.
We have
Right.
an
That
entry.
doesn't. I don't think us having key to the door. No, that doesn't stop people from using the actual door.
No.
What if we open it and I like seal it with stone?
I mean, that'd be great until someone decides to just break the stone.
All right. Okay. Let's think on it.
Yeah, and man, just to revisit some past conversations. If we do find where the true entrance is, I can just call in some forces and kind of take it.
Then are loyal to you or Bavaria?
I can get some guys loyal, some people loyal to me.
Good.
People are giant.
Giants of people. Thank you very much.
That's true. You're right. I meant humans.
I simply
But
meant
people
not.
don't know that.
I meant to not say guys because there's other other people involved besides men.
Like, are they? Because giants are.
No, I will not be bringing. Well, I could bring some giants. How do I say this? I don't want it to sound bad. The giants are accounted for. Missing giants would be noticed.
Okay.
Yes, I think
I
that's
don't know
how
what that means, but we can go ahead. I don't know what that means, but we can move on.
I'd rather bring not giants to do this job than to bring giants, as that would
Okay.
draw attention.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think figuring out what the room is about, step one. Securing the room, step two.
Agreed. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
This is my room.
Cat stands
Our
up
room.
and starts walking towards the door.
Oh, we're doing it. Okay.
Right now.
Rakiris gets up and stretches, pops his neck, rolls the shoulders, gets the two crossbows, put on. Make sure. Let me check my weapons really quick. And starts checking his weapons, making sure everything's nice and working. Pulls the bow
Oh yeah, I
back
make sure I
a few
grab my
times.
flame sword.
Oh, right. Right.
Oh yeah, get your magical stuff back.
Yeah, we are gonna.
Good point.
So we'll need.
I mentioned
I need
flame shield. I'm not
30
doing it.
minutes in game.
He used to get his cloak popping.
I need to put a spell into the spell ring and then take a short rest to get that spell slot back.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
tug of war.
let's just take an hour to get ready. There's no rush.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do this. Does anyone have anything that can help us know what's in the room, know what we're getting into?
Opening the door.
Yeah, that always works.
Hey, just want to let y'all know, if we're on the battlefield, and you see little flames popping up on our dead enemies' bodies, those are areas for you to just find free healing. Okay, so you're welcome.
Okay.
Oh, very cool. You one of the creepy druids. That's awesome.
I'm going to be putting my Shadow Spawn spell into the ring.
Nice. I think creepy warlock goes without saying. So.
No, sorry. I don't have anything. Wrong spell set apparently I chose today.
Not a problem. I mean, we are a pretty effective fighting machine, I think. Not overly concerned about whatever we find in there.
Can pass without a trace if we want to sneak somehow. I mean, we're gonna open the door.
Well,
so
because it's hard to be sneaky opening a door. If anyone can cast silence, maybe there'd be no sound in the door opening. Though, visible light would still be a thing, so maybe not waste the spell slot.
Okay. Cut all the light out here.
Okay, I can take away the light, but not the sound.
I can find traps once we get in there. If that would probably be helpful, actually. In an ancient, important room.
I can stab people.
I can stab people. I can also cancel out magic. Temporarily.
No. Really?
Oh yeah, and he holds up his crossbow. See this little red inset? That lets me cancel out magic. And then he clicks the thing, it turns blue. This lets me enhance my magic.
Can I have one?
No, you actually can't. And he'll put it on his back.
We're
Sorry.
supposed to be a team real quick.
It's a trade secret, I'm afraid.
Question, clarification for the DM.
Mhm.
The spell commune with nature. Will you allow that? It says will will you allow that to be taking place indoors?
Is there nature indoors?
Well, there's it says when it's in nature or a natural place, it has 3 miles. But if I'm underground, it has 30 feet. So I don't know what we're counting as underground, like a dwelling house
The spell
underground.
does not function when nature has been replaced by construction, such as in
I missed that
castles
part.
and settlements.
That must be a different reading.
Yeah, he's reading the new one, but it's still says like construction. So I'm just gonna assume
Let me see.
it's a
So-
constructed world.
Which one are you looking at? The 2 versions of this?
I'm looking at legacy.
Legacy versus non-legacy.
So they clear that up in the non-legacy.
Yes, the spell.
Well,
doesn't
you'd
function
have to
like
see the room and see what's in it. So being that
Okay.
you do not have a good idea of what's in there, I could not tell you.
Mhm.
I know what's in it.
I'll argue that later on, but okay.
I've seen it.
Oh no, it is mentioned in the legacy.
Yeah, yeah,
Never mind.
yeah. It does not work in construction, such as dungeons and towns.
All right, no worries.
Very good chance the room where it happens it would not work in.
All right. I think all we can do is what we can do.
Okay.
Wait, how close does? Wait, and who has the key to the door? Because what was the new key stipulations? Like, the person with the key
Just the key with the
had to be
person.
within something.
I believe it was.
So
It
from
was
the
not Mike.
inside,
Mike
from
was
the
already-
inside, anyone
Yeah,
can
he
open
was-
it.
Okay.
But from the outside, the person with the key has to be within 30 feet,
The owner
Or
of the
they-
key needs to be within, I think it was 10 feet.
10 feet. Yeah.
10 feet. Okay.
Y'all keep
And then to close it back and disengage, they have to be away from 10 feet, out of the 10-foot
Yeah.
radius.
Yeah.
Yes, that would simply turn off the ability from the outside to enter that room.
Who has the key? To be clear here.
I'm not sure whose key it was that was used here.
It was either yours or Fino's, because mine was already in use when we were down there.
I think it was Fino. I think he's the one that put the key in the lock, in the actual door.
Just-
He
Okay.
rolled really high in his
Mine-
investigation.
Yeah.
So mine must be the correct one.
All right, so Daddy Fino's got the door.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was Fino because I remember when we got to the door, Fino bolted away from that shit.
Yes, he did. Oh, right. 'Cause we had the distance wrong. You ran like 30 feet away.
Yeah, we thought it was 30 feet.
Yeah, 'cause you guys
right,
just kept
right,
saying
right.
30 feet. And I was like, this is a hard moment as a DM. Do I correct them or let them live in their
Sitting there
mistake?
with a broken tail about to die.
Yeah. But okay, everyone's gotten their short rest in. Any other preparation before going to the room?
Is it cool if I haven't? I can add 3 more spells for this level. I just haven't done it yet because I don't want to rush. Is it cool if I just add them as I go? I won't do it like if we're fighting. I won't do that.
Okay, I was gonna say yes-ish. I don't want in
Yeah,
fight like
yeah.
this would be
No,
helpful.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No.
All right,
I have more integrity than that.
appreciate that. Can you-
more.
Can you
More.
change your spells every night, or is it just level up? You every night, right?
I was gonna ask you.
I'm pretty sure paladins are every long rest.
Okay. Thanks, good too.
I'm almost certain.
Fake.
All right, let's put these arm shits on because that shit's just fly. I'll just
Fucking
Oh, wait.
insane.
Wait, do we have anything? Wait a minute. Wait. Our little stash. Do we have anything we might want to put on for this? I put it on. I'm sure I see it.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Our book bag of shit.
javelin of
Oh,
lightning. Or,
your stolen, ill-gotten gains.
yeah.
I'm gonna hop off real quick. I'll be right back on, y'all.
Because Florian has the proof against detection because he needs that from his former patron, right? Or whatever.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, Fino has on the boots of Elven Kind. and the gloves of thievery or whatever.
What does the parapet of wound closure do again?
Periapt.
That
I want to say periodically starts healing wounds, I believe, over time.
if you are dying at the start of your turn, you stabilize. And whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, you get twice the amount.
Can I put on the boots of speed?
You need those.
So we'll say you guys did this before the long rest or the short rest.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
attune
Okay,
everything.
Make us take another one.
All right.
Another
Exactly.
Is that
Another
okay
hour
if-
goes by.
If I take the
Speaking of
boots,
rest, is Prayer of Healing new?
No,
I've never heard of it, but
Called
it
baby
might not
prayer.
be new for a paladin.
that's not new.
That's only available for paladins and clerics.
Gotcha. Might put this on.
For
Put that shit on.
for the narrative point for this, because we are going into a potential fight, I have taken off that protection amulet for
What?
the ring of Titanic Force.
Okay,
Oh,
making choices.
I only have 3 slots.
I have put on
she might find
that
us.
protection amulet.
You put it on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
how many things do you have attuned?
No one knows where I am.
3. You can only have 3 attuned.
Let's just put that shit on.
Wait.
Do you have too many things?
And the brooch of shielding.
Mhm.
She has 7 things there.
Do I need to be
Probably,
attuned to the
probably have
staff
7
of-
things. The staff of oaths.
I don't need to be attuned to that, right?
Oh, I forgot what my rolling was on. I feel like one of you needs to be.
I thought we
That's
had.
why I'll be the one that's attuned to it. I don't put on Slyrex necklace.
You can put it on.
No, I can. I don't need it.
Here we go.
I'll just put
Well,
the
actually,
you-
so
Hmm.
let me think this out. Because you're still bound to it, even if you're not attuned to it.
Okay.
So I have the brooch of shielding as well.
If you are attuned to it, though, you get a +1 to your AC.
Correct.
It's not bad.
Right, but I have resistance to force damage, and I feel like that'll come into play with the Warforged somehow. Like it'll toss me somewhere. Do you have to? I don't have to attune to the necklace of fireballs, though, right? That's not an attunement thing, right?
I don't think so. No.
All right,
It's
so
just
never
an
mind. I'm gonna stay attuned to Step of those things. All right,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Okay. You all make your way to the door. Opening it up and stepping through.
No one
I
knows why.
immediately cast Find Traps.
Okay, let me. Where is this room?
I immediately killed the Warforged.
Relax.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me find the thing.
Did we start yet? Did the fight start?
No.
We stepped in the way.
No, Greg.
And I
Not how
cast.
this works here.
No, that's
With our group, it might be how it works, to be honest. But you know, you never know.
I got somebody that wants to see the stream, so I'm gonna find the stream. Is it on your Twitter, Brian?
It's
TikTok.
no, it's on
Twitter.
Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok.
I mean, is the link on your Twitter?
Probably not. Hold on, let me give me 1 second.
Right, so closing that up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put it in the chat for you, Greg.
All right, thanks. Wait, which chat? There's a lot of chats.
The Discord chat, the main one.
Headquarters.
Yes. Let me. This room has music. Hold on. Okay.
Who's watching Action News right now?
Manny, man, put that shit down.
How is it still coming through?
Because you have a great mic, Manny.
Right? God damn.
I heard the weather report. I heard the family something or another.
He's a boomer. He's watching the news.
I can't even hear it.
The actual news. That's crazy.
I just wanna think that- Yeah.
Why are we so dark?
Hold on.
He not used to that.
Nope.
He not used to
Nope.
that.
Not going there.
Um,
Because it's dark in that room.
on the way in, Slarak is talking with Jerry, and he's just asking you questions about your smite and but how it works, how you do it.
I hit something and decide I want to hit it again, man. That's pretty much the crux of it.
I like that.
Get caught up in the moment. It's like when Stone. I don't know if you remember the great entertainer Stone Cold. He used to do the little wrestling stuff. He had this thing where he would like kick people in the nuts and then do like a shoulder drop, and then he'd give them the middle finger. Like the middle finger was completely unnecessary, but it added something. And that's how I view Divine Smite.
Hit it with his ass.
See.
The Razzle Dazzle.
It's an exclamation point.
So, you all go through the room. Katra casts what find traps is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As you immediately cast it, looking around, regardless of radius, you do find no traps. And
Okay.
immediately you see the Warforged is back to you.
I don't like that face.
It slowly rises and turns slowly to face you all. Creaks of its body moving as it turns. Takes a deep, billowing breath as it says, "Welcome to the room. You have made it. You are my charges." And it kind of takes a bow, a very deep bow in your direction.
Well, look at that.
In our heads, I say, should we bow back?
No.
You show curtsy.
Just nod your head. We nod our heads.
All right, on three, guys, not on three. I'll count down. 1, 2, 3. Not
That's
right
if
now.
she's watching your.
We all know.
Real Curious, natural 20, nods right in unison. Caught the vibe.
Oh well.
The Warforged stands back up straight. Do you know where you are?
Come
A
Where it
world
happened?
between worlds.
One indescript vague answer, one incorrect answer. Yes, this is a room. Yes, things happen here. It is best described as a control room, a decision room. I've heard it even called a war room. Please, if you'll follow me to the dais.
do it.
Amadeus.
Don't invoke that name. He exists.
My bad.
You can go ahead and never say Deus.
I'm just having some giggles, man. I didn't mean it.
All right, let's roll.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that guy.
Who's that?
Asmodeus.
Amadeus.
Asmodeus.
Oh,
Depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Yep.
We are. As you all follow him forward, there's a very large raised platform that has the entire map of Alestria carved into it.
Oh wow. Kessler's like taking a
I was
serious
about to say,
mental
yeah,
note of this.
exactly. I'm trying to remember this as much as I can.
I especially want to note if there's anything not on like the known maps, anything that like stands out to me
I'm going to carve that into Philly's
as
body.
Good
Indiana.
question.
Oh,
As Indiana Jones.
Bro, what?
Huh?
Yeah,
You guys can't ignore the crazy shit he says, you know.
You will learn.
I thought Philly was
I thought he was cool.
It's gonna be like, look closer.
One thing you do note is the oceans on this map seem much larger. As everyone knows, Alestria is, of course, a sphere. And you can go from east coast to west coast via sea. It is a... there are maritime guilds that kind of control sea transport. It does have its dangers, and travel times do vary. But looking at it here, Katra, give me a survival check.
With advantage or just straight?
Just straight. You're only getting it because of your back.
just the disc of Alestria.
Okay, 1 second. Survival?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a survivor.
19.
19. The body of water depicted on this map is much larger than what you are aware should exist. According to this, the world is much larger than the majority of people are aware of.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, and you do note it's always been strange how even pirates, all these shipping people, everyone shipbound, does usually demand / heavily suggest any passengers stay below decks for the majority of the trip. So in the trips you've taken, you do have some time above deck, but it always feels like at night, it always just felt like the boat was going faster, or that more distance was covered at night than should have made sense. And they've always brushed it away with, well, they have dark vision, or they have an expertise in going the different routes at night. The sea's calmer. 100 reasons why it made sense to them, and just something that you're not a sailor. It's never been overly important. It's a mystery, but never been one on the top of your list. But as you all take in this map, the Warforged goes to the other end of the table, kind of lifts up, not quite a desk because the whole table is kind of waist level, but pushes back a part of that, revealing some kind of mechanisms. He begins to turn a crank, and you see eight dividing lines rise up and kind of bisect the map. He cranks another crank, and numbers begin appearing in different sections of the map. I will change the shared screen.
Are you going to share share said
She's going
map?
to HEW toothpick.
Yes.
Or-
Oh, they're not hers. No, Jake, I'm saying, but she's saying her husband.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And you
interesting
do
center
note
point.
that there are 6 circles on the map, and you notate one is escalation. And all of these lines seem to be centered on and sprouting from escalation.
The other circles, are they around the locations of the other walled cities?
Yes, they are. Though,
Including the extra one that we.
I was going to say,
Right.
the majority of you are only aware of 5 existing. You are seeing a 6th.
Which is the frost forward one?
Yes. That's not one you were aware of previously.
The second wall.
Catcher 2?
Roll a history check for me.
No.
Or that we had heard that there could have been from that
What about Fina?
creepy information broker.
Fino, give me history with advantage.
Oh,
You're
wait.
definitely aware that, like, you guys, it is known there's a wall down there. It is not known there was ever a city built on it.
Wait, would I be with advantage since it's like related to stone something?
I'm not sure a city would. I'll say yes. It is built onto the.
Thank you.
I'll use my
It's
knowledge of past stuff.
Still trash, a 6. But it's not
Okay.
a natural 1. It's a 6.
24.
24. Fino, you've heard of this wall city. It is. There is care given to make sure its existence does not travel. It is essentially the primary home of most tieflings in Alessia.
Me.
Yeah, actually. And it is, they have, tieflings get a bad rap being they are half demonic. So it's not as bad as it used to be, but centuries past they colonized the coldest part of the world. It's the last place anyone would think they'd be. And their natural imbibed heat did let them kind of endure it more than any other person could. So there is a very large wall city down there. There's twin cities that is built around, and it is a very thriving population down there. But they do make their existence. They try their best to not let people know they're down there.
Yeah. I've written with my brethren down there many times. I come from the Evertundra, the other side of the world. But they are connected because it's a sphere.
Are they? It looks like they are, right?
It is connected, yes.
Okay.
It almost
just
looks like if there
perilous
was a
journey.
wall between Russia and America.
A little bit. That's like that kind of structure, really.
Yes. You can see the Evertundra from the Farsor's backyard.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh boy. Hold on, I want to grab this name for you.
Alright.
Give me 1 second to pull this name, because it might be important later if it comes back up.
Wait, Draconia is connected to that?
Levi.
Wait,
Draconia is connected to the top of the Evertundra, yes.
Arinia, is that
Very few people know that it's connected.
is Arinia a known nation? That's the
Yeah,
sea.
it's an Elven nation. It's the shipping Elven nation. That came into play a little bit last campaign. I forgot who. I think someone. I want to say X's guild assassinated somebody there, or found out X's guild found out that the head of the treasury in Arinia was part of
That sounds familiar.
or whatever. Was a financier of the thing he
Right.
wanted to get rid of, and he got them killed
Hey, where's Evanwood on this map?
in the sea.
To the right, to the right.
It's like it's a little island, which I didn't realize it was before.
You didn't know Evan was Evan was an island. Off the coast of Faust.
No
So look
idea.
at the number 3 and go to the right.
No, I don't.
Oh shit!
Chris, did you know that Samson was from an island?
That's
I'm
hilarious.
gonna go ahead and plead the fifth.
Actually,
Yo,
so
you
weird.
see
now?
now? 100 pounds. I'm about to sock you, yo.
No, but the accent. But for some reason, this is shocking to me. I
No, it makes so much sense.
Go from fucking Evanwood somewhere like through
No.
the forest.
No.
No, there's so much lore for why it's an island. We'll get into that later, I guess. We'll do a recap. But there was a lot of information, and it was very relevant to it being an island. But
Yeah, Bugs Bunny cut it off of the continent of Faust, and then it like floated away.
So it's
no,
interesting.
that's not
So
a thing.
it's centered on where we are, and who did we gather from that it was a weapon? We all know this, right?
No, one of the things it could be is a weapon. What you were told from Relcurus is he and his people don't know what it is. They know
I
that.
got from somewhere the weapon is in. Oh, sorry, never mind. Wrong thing. Never mind. Just kidding.
Okay. So, as you are looking at
no.
this,
Sorry. I did find it. So this is like the wall cities were points of coordination, and these control rooms were created to control a weapon that harnessed the powers of the wall, but it was never used, and we don't know what it would target. I had that from my birthday session, April 20th.
B-Day session, April 20th.
Session 75.
There you go. That's information you
Yeah,
have.
don't-
Then.
Oh, from Bob, I think.
Oh, cool. Bob would know that, yeah.
Hey, inspiration for good news.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll do that.
hey.
These are the giants. They're in the
Okay,
sky.
so the weapon is centered here.
It's the
It's the
giants.
center of the map. Is this so? Looking at this map, are the maps usually? Is it usually like situated like this? Like like depending where you are on the Earth, your map might have various focal points. Like, is it always with?
You mean as far as the red compass rose is concerned, or the map itself?
The map itself, like, is escalation always in the center of Alestria on like global, like on maps? Or is it?
As it turns out, yes. This is like the traditional map of Alestia.
Okay.
This does not depict the much larger sea, though, on the one I'm
okay.
showing.
Okay.
But traditionally, this is what Alestria is always depicted as.
It's a lot of fucking continent.
It's fucking huge. It is legitimately fucking huge.
Pangea
But-
and shit.
But
It
in
is.
the other map, you see that the ocean is bigger than this.
Correct.
The gray is the ocean.
The gray is the ocean.
Can I ask the Warforged if there's more levers to be pressed?
The Warforged says, "Yes. Once you make a decision, I will press the final lever."
That does what exactly? So
No, which are the decisions?
do you know
Yeah.
what the purpose of this room is? I asked the Warforged.
The purpose of this room is to choose.
There you go.
Do you know the
What are the decisions?
ramifications of the decisions?
Vito's staring at cats are really annoying right now.
Why? We do it's a weapon. I'm not trying to blow somebody off the map. Or crazy.
Ramifications will not be felt today. It is a collection of choices. This is merely one.
Exactly. So, what are the choices that we have to make?
Catcher is like,
Pick a region. 1 through 8.
Catcher says in her mind, reminder, this is a weapon.
What will happen with this region?
You shall pick which region
In our heads.
you wish to affect.
Region 1 seems to be uninhabitable.
Whoa,
Which
whoa,
reminds
whoa,
me,
whoa, 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 whoa.
Does one connect to 4?
But it looks like one has a lot of glaciers, and we don't need to. Are those glaciers or mountains, Brian?
Yes.
Exactly. All of them.
I will point out as a reminder, because Slavik saw this last time. As you guys are looking at the map and looking around the room, very faintly you can see what looks like
Yes, buddy.
huge, monumentous, knotted ropes going out in every direction in concert with the red lines on this map. So in the room you're in, as you look around, you can see representation of these red lines shooting out from the point you're standing. These large knotted ropes is what it looks like.
Will their walls begin to rise?
Don't have to worry about this.
All right.
Say aloud to the Warforged.
What did you ask?
Will their walls begin to rise?
Whose walls?
The area we choose. Although there's not necessarily walls in all of them.
Only the cities rise, not walls.
Yeah. Will the cities rise? Cities rise?
This is knowledge you should already have.
True.
All right. Too many questions. I said that in the head, and then I say to Sly Rack, would we be able to go back in the past after we make our decision and see what the next lever does?
We didn't make a stamp.
Only if I make a stamp,
Can we make a stand now?
which I could do, but remember, I can only do it 2 more times.
Wait. Can you ask yourself? Or does yourself
I could.
Maybe
I
you
have
should ask
closed the previous loop.
While you debate on what you're going to do, I am going to sit here and help do what I need to do when I am most stressed and vexed. I sit down, sit cross legs, and I start rolling up.
Okay.
Because we know this will trigger the rest of the walls to rise, right? But we don't know that there's a specific order, right? Or do they all just start?
You are aware they're going to rise one at a time. You are not sure the order in which they rise.
Is he saying we should know that? We should know the order?
He said we should know what's about to happen.
You should know that other cities rise, which is kind of what you were asking.
No, I was saying, does it determine the order of, like, if we say 1, will that city start to rise next, even though there's not a city there?
You can re-ask the question.
If you can form, in our heads, if you can form 5 questions in a yes or no format, you get targeted information from myself. Otherwise, we get a one small phrase and hope that it is currently relevant.
Okay.
Do our actions trigger the weapon being engaged?
Yes, the answer to that is yes.
And we stop it from being engaged.
I would say, does picking a region cause harm to that region?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's one. What else would we want to ask?
If so, is there a region where the collateral damage will be minimized?
Okay.
You said it has to be yes or no questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the collateral damage, the minimal collateral damage in 1 through 4?
Oh no, that's a hard one. I don't want that one.
I'm going to ask 3 questions.
5 through 8. Even number or an odd number?
Oh my god.
High or low?
Stop. Okay. So we got 2 questions together.
All right, what are the 2 questions again?
we're picking a region called harm to come to that region, and if so, can this harm be? Is there a region where harm will be minimized?
Okay.
Collateral damage will be done. Can we take action to further minimize the harm?
What are you doing?
Like our team, our group.
Stop! Keep asking this harm thing. I don't give a fuck about
You
harm.
asked
If there's a third question, can we ask? Can we reverse our decision?
Well, yes, if we have the staff.
Manny, where do you see the 5 question thing?
It is. Oh, it's contact other plane.
Ooh.
It's a spell that is a very broad spell, but with my class feature, I can.
Oh.
It's always prepared. I can use it once per long rest without causing a spell slot. It only goes to my patron, and I automatically succeed on a saving throw.
Oh, good, because that's a bad one to fail.
Yes, it is. I will not be casting it outside of this ability.
Cool.
All right, so that's 2.
Okay.
What's the third one?
Can our team take any action to minimize the
What you?
fallout?
I mean, this is 3 questions now. What if the answer to the first question is no? We're not causing
We'll
harm.
move forward
Then
from there. That's
The
fine.
3
Alternate
questions we have 3 questions. No, 2 questions don't mean anything.
Well, no, we can have alternate questions.
Okay, my gosh.
We got a robot.
Slarek is a robot. Look at him. He's a
Says
well-oiled
the
machine.
half-dead tiefling. Get out of here.
Wow. That's low.
Oof.
Low.
I'm short, as he likes to remind me. All my blows are low.
What else can we ask about this map or this device? That could be a.
Ask him what city is
Whatever.
next. Actually, that's a.
That's
Oh, it's not a yes or no. God.
Yeah. Does this decision need to be made in every room where it happens? Each time?
Probably.
And this is just a question out of curiosity. Will other groups be able to make the decision?
I believe we already know that whoever is in the room gets to make the decision.
Right.
But what if somebody else gets to the room? Like once we leave,
They get to make the decision.
No, but it's not a stop.
like is it done after this, or like is it there no? Are there no more decisions to be made after the
Can
decision?
you ask the warlock that? I mean, the warlock.
I don't want to make it seem like we don't know what's going on to him anymore.
All right, I'll re-ask my question to him. I say, we're aware that the other cities will begin to rise, but will this impact the order in which they rise?
No. The order is set.
Okay.
We can ask if the order is
So what
chronological.
happens to the region that we choose?
His cold mechanical eyes just stare at you, glowing red. It will be affected by your choice, of course.
Since we're not, the room hasn't, this city hasn't fully risen. If anyone else enters, will their answers change, like impact the final outcome?
There can only be one answer given.
Okay, that's good. So there we go. So we don't need to ask Slatrick that.
Yeah.
I put down to ask if the order is chronological.
To the map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a weird question, Brian, but is there any, like, I mean, I see the map, but is there any, like, as somebody who will be aware of, like, different, like, symbology and all this and this, like, does it look like they're placed in any specific, like, can I glean anything from this map?
Roll a. This would be history or survival.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Michelle finish.
You guys.
I'm going to. Yeah. 25.
25.
She's holding Philly's beer when she does this.
Relax.
He is not.
It's her good luck
At all.
charm.
Not at all.
It's her good luck charm.
Good luck, John.
Dwarf, not a leprechaun.
Y'all are the reasons I smoke.
Alestia has always had magical ley lines. It's kind of a known unknown. People aren't usually very concerned about it. Every once in a while, you have a cult pop up that tries to do something along one of them. But for the most part, they're as constant as the rivers and the oceans. Looking at the map now, the locations of the wall cities seem to potentially be located at intersecting ley lines. You do not have a ready map of ley lines, but you do have a pretty good memory. And some of these you would almost swear are built at intersections of ley lines. What that could mean, you're not sure. You do remember some of these pop-up cults that try to do things on ley lines. A lot of times they either start or end in wall cities. But you've always just kind of brushed that off as a well-populated area in an otherwise desolate space. Because the wall cities are generally in between the larger nations. So
But
it's,
you just, yeah. Go ahead.
huh? It's
Nothing.
always...
I didn't
It's
say
all-
anything.
Okay. It's always come across as, that was convenient for them to recruit from there, to base from there, not as it was fundamental for what they were doing. As you have crossed paths with these cults before, usually tracking down some artifact they've taken that they need for their whatever they're doing. But you've never deep dived or made your mission to stop them or know more about them that you needed to for what you were doing.
Okay, so these are still active cults. It's not like a historical this and this. These are still current active.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Lesher is full of cults. But they don't always, do a big event. There's not always a big gathering. There's not always a big attempt to bring Tiamat back or to appease Asmodeus or something. The last cult you would have had large interactions with would have been the Fifth Column.
Wow.
Used to go around destabilizing cities. But you came across them when they tried to destabilize one of the northern wall cities in Golden Leaf. And you were able to steal away an artifact they needed for whatever ceremony they were doing. And you discovered there were some ties to the cult of Tiamat within the Fifth Column.
Hey, real quick, y'all. I'm just thinking about decision making. I'm kind of going towards what Manny said. 8 or
What?
1. Most likely 8 because it's only touching one walled city.
So
So is
So
one.
is
I
one.
have an option for one of the questions to be is it beneficial
Right.
to choose a populated area?
Right.
Okay, that's a good
It's
question.
beneficial for us.
And
Will it benefit us?
Fino, being from the Evertundra, you are aware that's not desolate land. It's just hard to
Yep.
live there. There are
Yeah.
lots
Okay.
of people up there.
Oh shit.
I mean, so I mean, King, the warrior King Logan is from the north. It's just called the North on the other side of the wall.
Gotcha.
I don't remember.
Fino is not saying anything to them about that yet.
Okay, okay.
I'm like, I'm
So I
fine
say
about
8 because if these are going in order, it gives us more time before we get to a walled city. Yeah, another walled city. That's all.
Okay.
Would a better way to ask that be, do the cities rise concurrently clockwise or counterclockwise? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
do
yeah.
have in here to do they rise in chronological order? We can
Right,
reword
right.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was asking essentially. Like, do you think it would be more advantageous to us to say clockwise or counterclockwise? Because it could still be chronological, but be going counterclockwise. You know, it could be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, but we're most likely only going to get a yes or a no.
yeah. So say chronological, and then if the answer is no, maybe. Is
Well,
it
if it's not chronological, it won't be clockwise.
Well, chronological is usually from smallest to largest.
chronological from time.
True. True. That's also true.
But I mean,
So-
that can go
Alright,
forward
I
and
mean-
backward.
Numerical.
Numerical order. Yes.
Oh, numerical. Okay.
Yeah.
That's still, you can still go forward or backward. Like, it's still a coin flip at the end of this, right?
If the answer to that is no, though.
Then we let it go. Good. If the answer
If the answer
is
is yes,
yes, then we follow it up with
is it clockwise?
counter
Because if the answer
yeah.
is no, then it's
Yeah.
or increasing or decreasing or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So that will be a follow up with depending. Okay.
Yeah. So how many?
So we have opening up with
Mhm.
well, picking a region calls hard.
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is yes, we can roll into is there a region that the danger will be minimized? If the answer is no to question one, I feel like we could skip that question.
Right. But if the answer is yes to the follow up question to question one, then the next question would be, would it be more beneficial to go with a less populated area? Is that what the second follow up would be? If it's yes and yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yes, we'll go with that. All right, so that's conditional. Then that'll be 3 possibly. Okay. Then we have
Right. That's
does
the
the decision
program.
need to be made in every room?
Did I just say something about coding? Because this is a lot of
Yes.
if-then statements.
Yes. Because the logic.
It's a whole bunch of if-then statements.
A lot
I
of
feel like
conditional
that's-
stuff.
Wait, no, we don't need to ask about the room. We already know about the room.
But if the decision has to be made in every room.
We know it does.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's first come, first serve on the decisions. Only one
Correct.
decision can go wrong.
Which is interesting. So as soon as the walls start to rise, you really need to get to every room quickly as
Give me
possible.
one backup question in case neither of the conditionals are met.
Is Nancy Reagan really the throat?
Stop.
Yes.
Yes. Shit. This is. I want to ask something about like. Is it? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Should we wait? Or how do I word? I'm trying to find out if the amount of time between is important. Like, should we making this decision right now, or should we be waiting till closer to the 18th?
I guess you could say, is there a time limit on our actions and decisions?
When it gets to the top of the wall, I think. What?
You know, there's a time limit. I guess. Is it
Time sensitive?
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
The longer we wait, the more risk that somebody else will find it and answer for us.
True.
You know,
Do we want to know if like are there any allies that could help us in other cities? Like
are
in
we
the
going
other
to be shunted to one of these other cities if we choose it?
Oh, that's
Well, we
that's
have
They don't know it's us.
we do have favors in a lot of these places already. too,
no,
right?
but that doesn't mean we have allies. A favor and ally, I feel are different.
It depends on how aggressive you are.
Or they are, because we know that the peak is a psycho. So
Right, but we're psychos too. Let's not downplay ourselves.
yeah, but he's a psycho with mad power.
We're psychos with nothing to lose but our
Yeah.
lives.
Well,
Well, let me start this, and depending on the answers I get, the fifth question may kind of present itself.
Will this thing attack us after we answer?
Do these follow-up questions count as questions as well, or are they part of like the
Only
first?
if we get to them.
What happens
Okay.
to the So
All
let me
right.
get some of this shit.
Jadakiss
guess-
is hard as it gets.
I'm gonna. It takes a minute to cast this ritual spell.
Should I reach out to my goddess? I say to everyone in the group again.
I was about to say the same thing.
Sure. Listen, all the godly support we can use.
Considering that
If you are a praying person,
our boy just got a 9-year sentence for his assistance.
But
I'm
I
leaning
don't know
towards
that it
no.
are. I don't. He didn't. H2 Hummer Harry is what I'm gonna call him. Didn't tell us.
what do you call him?
Hummer H2.
No,
Hummer
Oh,
Harry
nice,
That's
nice.
did,
I caught it.
didn't tell us which goddess, so I don't know that it's her.
Also,
Either way.
we're not
Sure.
like he
We've
was
asked for help.
pretty much single-handedly trying to save a whole city from being flooded. I think the help levels are different.
All right, I'm gonna.
I don't think we're asking like a 9-year servitude to ask.
No, but all right. I'm gonna cast it. Boy, oh boy.
Okay.
Wait, how much money is this about to cost me again? Oh, not
It's
that
like
much.
50
Okay.
gold or something.
25. Okay.
you know the witch.
I'm rich. Alright.
Dun, dun.
Thank you.
Alright. I do it.
Okay.
Catra sits and starts playing her instrument.
What are you asking?
Can I do it?
Wait, before Casper sits down, she says to the group, what am I asking?
What can you ask?
Anything, really. Literally.
If it's anything, can you ask if we'll be punished for, pilfering and pillaging, items of worth along our way?
Nope, I'm gonna ask about this specific decision, I think.
Okay, well, I mean, I thought it tied in, but okay.
What should I add? Or should we wait? Wait a minute. should we wait to get the answers from Slyrack?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that because that might, you know,
Might lead us, guys.
lead us. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
I'm gonna bounce the stream back so I can show you the. I added in the like ropey things.
Ah, nice.
Are these the lines that somebody saw when they looked into the abyss?
So yeah, Slyrack saw
Yeah.
this the first time he
Okay.
came through when you guys were running through. Oh wait, did it change? It didn't change. Hold on.
No, it did not.
I'm sorry, I saw that rope piece in. That's what we call them rope racks for.
Relax. Oh,
That's dope.
what is that? What is that?
Oh, they are massive.
These are
Yes,
Sonic
they
Ring.
are massive. They end up looking like Sonic rings, but that is the size of the knots of whatever that are extending away from the platform.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to
Okay.
get shunted through one of those portal rings.
Oh, that's actually. Please put that on your question list because.
So they
that's
are not
a good
actually
point.
portal rings. That's just the representation I could find.
Oh, okay. I'm now.
It was like flaming hot Funyuns.
It's like, fuck the keys, man. We teleportation across the world.
That's just as the size of the ropes that you're dealing
That's
with. The size of the coils.
insane.
That's the word I'm looking for. That's the size of the coils that you're
That-
dealing with.
Got you.
All right. Well, guess I am.
Are they solid? Like,
Yes.
so if we reach out to touch them, what happens?
Oh no, sorry. They're further away from the platform than that.
Oh,
I just didn't
so
wanna- I
they're
just
where
wanna-
they are. Okay.
Correct. They are outside the reach of the platform.
Okay.
Reach out and touch me.
I'm gonna cast contact other plane.
Okay.
Hey, old me. We're in the room.
I did it right. The third
We were
time.
picking a region while in the room cause harm to that region.
Yes.
Is there a region that the danger would be most minimized?
Hmm. Yes.
I think we saw this like that.
And, is it beneficial to choose a populated area?
Beneficial to choose a populated area.
Beneficial to us.
Well, I'm talking to me.
I'll say that's implied. Yeah, that's a free.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
No. Well, no. Let me back it up. That's a different question. Beneficial. What for Slyrack? What would that mean? What would be beneficial to the group in Slyrack's mind?
Working towards the goal here, but without causing mass destruction to people. Like I said that it causes harm, but it didn't say we cause physical harm. It could be magical harm. It could be nature harm.
So your question is, would it be beneficial to pick a populated area?
Yeah.
that one's gonna be. He'll say, maybe.
Whoa, I thought these were yes or no questions.
Yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear.
Whoa! Oh.
That was a really anime response. There.
So that was 3. Number
That's
4 was. Oh. Is the order of the rising cities in numerical order?
Yes.
Is that ascending? Meaning clockwise.
Yes.
All right.
How many questions is that?
I believe that's 5.
That's 5.
Fuck.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
No, it's not.
Cause now I can ask you a question.
Yeah. I'll relay all that in our heads.
Somebody make a note so you
Real
can close
curious.
the loop.
Any information that I should know?
Okay. We'll let
Not
you
yet.
know.
Let us cook. Let us
Okay. Okay. Continue to cook. You see, he's taking the time while you guys doing this to sketch out the map on some papers he brought.
I'd like a
All right,
copy
so
of
we
that.
had
Of course.
3 yeses and 2 maybes.
No, it's just
So
one
what-
maybe, right?
Yeah, okay.
Beneficial for the
Yeah,
more
one.
populated. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
because what we think is more or less populated is not actually. I wonder if that factors into it.
Wait, what was the answer for the population question?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Would it be beneficial to aim this at a populated area? Was maybe.
So we need to.
Tells me that it is going to hurt the people. The maybe was it depends on who's there. So like, are we going to be harming or killing our allies or our enemies?
And you also asked on the first question, like, does the place that we choose bring harm to it? So are we?
Yeah.
It
Can we
does.
assume that the place that we choose is going to kick off the order?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. No. The city, the walled city, the rising cities order, the ascension has already been determined. So what we choose does not impact that. But it will bring harm to the city. So, but it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the city rising.
Well, what if it's already determined based on where we choose? If you see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to go clockwise regardless. Wherever we start at, that's where it starts. I gave the DM
I
ideas.
see
My
what
bad.
you're saying.
No. It's a very interesting way to think about it. My decision's already fixed.
No.
I know what it is.
If that's how it
I
is,
thought about that.
then we hedge our bets, and that's an argument for
Be right back.
for the first.
Yeah, let's. I
Number
would
one.
like to assume that that it's the easiest. The likeliest is the easiest here,
My mother lives in the first.
but the in the Gillavesta, was it Gillavesta or is that Faust?
No,
That's Faust.
my mother lives in
Also,
one.
30.
Oh, I was
That's
talking
the
about
first
the walled
time.
city. The walled city is in the next walled city is in Faust.
I'm lying to go.
Time you cared about anything other than that sword.
I'm lying to go.
Okay, he doesn't actually care.
No.
Okay,
As much.
No.
So-
I do care about the Evertundra, but I am certain that there is harder living out there, and the people will be more prepared for disaster than they will in your soft
remember
inner walled city.
Logan came from there, and he's a fucking.
I came from there, and I have died and come back.
Okay.
We are tough.
Yeah, I think he's saying we should worry about you guys more than them. I think he's saying they can
But
handle themselves.
we still have another chance at a question, but it has to be about something that'll happen in the next 7 days. It can ask one question.
And last thing, Brian, from Fino's knowledge,
Mhm.
what is the most barren part of the Evertundra? Of those like 1, 8, and 7.
It has to be 7. Right?
Could be.
Just because I feel like people would live in mountains, there's more cover there.
There's
Of
more
one,
cover.
So it's
1,
it's
8,
not
and 7,
landlocked or anything.
the
Actually, the 7 has this one.
None of it's landlocked, actually.
The flat area in the Evertundra, are that just ice?
mostly, yeah. It's just not. It's not hyper elevated. It's not mountains or glaciers.
Because
Gotcha.
7 has that coastal thing, so I feel like 7 actually on the coast is probably super fucking populated.
So
Southwest or southeast?
7.
7.
7. Okay, southwest.
Along
The
coast, probably big tree.
it's pretty spread out in the Evertundra as far as the population. Like you're describing here, 7 on the coastline. There's a lot of people there. 8's pretty populated. 1 out of the 3, 1 would be the least populated.
I was going to say 7 might be the
Out of
most,
three.
depending on if they
Yeah,
have
exactly.
of rare metals.
one.
I feel like 7
Because
is probably.
you're clipping a
Careful.
couple of areas with 7.
Does 7 trade with Crackhammer?
You would have no
Who's
idea.
good?
I ask Fino.
He's not a trader.
No, he-
Roll history for me.
He wouldn't know like where the ports are. If there's
Fino
ports,
will
I
tell
don't know.
him. Fino will say this. He'll say
I feel like Castle would know more than Fino.
7 is an important area for the region. We shall not blow up 7.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay. What should we ask the goddess?
That's how they get bacon out there. No bacon without 7.
Anyway, what should we ask the goddess?
Ask
It has to be
how
related
bad
to
the
the-
damage is going to be in the first sector after we choose it.
Hold on. The thing is, it has to be about something to occur within the next
7 days.
7 days.
7 days.
Now, if it's well,
Yeah, it's about to happen in like the next
I don't
7
know.
minutes.
Well, that true. Our action, which is occurring within the next 7 days. What was the question?
What the damage is going to be in the first section after we choose it.
And can it be mitigated? It's a
What
combo,
can we
so
do to
so
mitigate?
it's what can we do to mitigate it? So it's like it's still one question in terms of grammar. Okay. We all good with that?
Sounds good.
What is the damage with within the region we choose, and what can we do to mitigate it? Okay.
Philly.
All right.
Will we count that as 1 or 2 questions?
It's 1 grammar wise. I hit the flute.
Grammar wise.
Yeah.
You put the Philly peck in the flute? so
No,
you
I
smoking
don't. No,
pussy?
I don't do any of that. No. She likes music. I hit the music.
Okay.
So you
So-
did Spice like 2
I
weeks
hit the
ago.
bird from the flute.
You did Spice like 2 weeks ago.
So
What are we
you
getting for from the wolf?
Actually,
Blink looks. The Warforged is taking it all in. There seems to be no judgment, although it's a metal face. It just seems to be patiently waiting for a decision or an answer. You reach out to this goddess, whom you have repeatedly called on, and as you finish this ritual and cast this spell, you immediately feel it completely blocked and disconnected.
What?
As soon as you release this divine magic, it is immediately severed and does not leave this room at all.
This room. This room.
Wow. Looks like we can cross other planes, just not godly ones.
The Warforged raised a mechanical eyebrow. There is no divinity here.
Uh-oh.
You would not need Vince. You would answer the question.
Glad to see him.
That's a lot of people talking at the same time.
Can I step out for a moment? I need to pee.
The
Jerry
Warforged.
says in his head, I should have wrapped up Invincible.
Wait, what does the Warforged say to that question?
The Warforged looks slowly to you. Looks slowly to the doors, and the doors slowly close.
Fuck! Oh,
Just gonna have to go with it.
I have one more question for him
what about two?
before we do this.
Okay.
Why are you trying to back us into a wall and not inform us fully of what happens when we make our decision?
Also, we're not at the top
I
yet.
thought we were your charge, but you are treating us more like you want havoc.
If you have questions of me, ask.
What happens to the region that we choose? What will be
And are we
affected?
getting paid for this?
There will be damage. What will the damage be?
And are we getting paid for this?
Shut the fuck up, Jeremy.
My bad.
The choice made here is not the final verdict for the region.
If when all the walls rise, and this place is picked by all of the people that choose, what happens to it? Does it get destroyed, cut off from Elestria?
And do we get paid for this?
Stop asking that question, Jerry.
Jerry, you're not getting paid.
Sorry.
I have an
Sorry.
actual question.
Oh, okay,
after the-
it's no? My bad.
The Warforged says, "This one is not equipped to answer such a question."
Is the original threat still on Illustrious?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, hold on.
His name is Midas.
No, it was. This was. I know what. Okay, wait.
You're talking about the Elestria burning, right? Like,
Who would be equipped to answer the question that Midas just? That
No.
nope, not Midas. That Pino just asked.
Not mad.
Roll persuasion with advantage for me.
Who has Sly Rizzy?
You asked the
Oh, me?
question.
Okay. Oh, natural 20, baby.
Natural
Hey.
20. You would need to ask the maker. One
The maker.
of his visages.
That's by.
Bias's boss, I think, is the maker.
Teacher.
Wait, teacher.
Yeah, his boss.
Hold on. We would
His
need to
dad.
ask the maker of what?
You would need to ask the maker that question on one of his images, essentially. Like you talk to his magical hologram when you cleared the first dungeon.
Right.
Oh. Oh.
That's Bias' daddy.
Right.
Let's go clear the wall dungeon and
Can
find
we go
another
back in there?
clone.
You are aware that is sealed. That floor of it is sealed. The floors under it are open. But the capstone is no longer accessible.
Even
But there are other capstones in other walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are
Other wall entries. It's kind of one wall, but
Answer.
other wall cities and
Wait.
other capstones are working.
Wall is not
Right, okay.
connected, or is it?
Hmm.
The secondary wall?
I asked him, is the southernmost wall still connected to the rest of the wall?
My charge is this wall.
I'm curious because it could be like some secret connection.
You were in charge. He
It
lied.
could be a tunnel.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Can answer.
It's her throat.
Okay, so let's choose. This is not. So the ramifications is not are not immediate.
Region
The
one.
Huh?
Region one.
Yeah, I say 1. Wait, should we whisper to what's his name, Rokiris? Any information? Because we didn't tell him anything.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
all the questions are out loud. There's not a ton of it that. I'm not sure how much
I
you're
feel like
whispering.
he
I
can
feel like he
get
has
the
most of
gist,
this.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so okay.
Rel Curious will lean forward and say, "Yes, I feel like 1 is the path of least destruction. If nothing else, they're not allied nations."
Right.
Yeah, fuck that shit. After we destroy
That's one
one,
portion. We just
if you ever have to pick
yeah.
another region, you just never intercept. That's just
Are
my
you-
deal.
Okay.
We choose 1.
1. And he begins twisting one of the cranks.
Oh my gosh.
And all the
That
other
whole-
regions slowly just descend into the map.
Can I roll
A
anything?
or B. As letters pop up on the 2 you picked within
What
that
the
region.
fuck is this?
too.
The eye doctor?
I feel like this is gonna remember the little.
No, I feel like this.
You know
the
what
eye-
I'm talking
yeah, I know
about?
what you're talking about. I feel like this. The
In
eye
our
doctor.
heads,
When you were
I
a
will
kid,
say,
you did the little things you made, the little paper things. 1 or 2. A or
oh
B.
yeah.
Mhm.
Fortune things.
Yeah.
Oh, the fortune teller.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what this
Mhm.
feels like.
Because it is the center.
Little bit like that, huh? Yeah.
I would say B.
Based on our previous conversations, a B fits
I agree.
where
I
we
hate
were going
this
forward.
so fucking much.
We'll go with B.
We
Come on.
choose B.
Hold on, stop.
No, what are you doing?
I asked my cousin for some spice.
You're overthinking.
There's only 2 options, and the 3 of us all just agreed on B, so I said B.
Well,
This-
I
this-
mean, is it?
There
is
are
it
6
three
of you here. There are 6 of you here.
There are other, I
Maybe we'll
mean,
make better decisions on spice. Here you go, cousin.
no, I just want to. I want to see what happens in the planes as these decisions are being made.
Mm.
That's why I want to take it.
All
And
the
I'll
other
take
planes
it
are
with
gone.
you.
Should I take the spice?
You said all the other planes went down into the table, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
No,
all the other regions went down and recessed into the table, are no longer visible. Essentially, I don't think I did this on the map. Hold on, let me see if I did this or not. Hold on, I may have been clever.
That's why, because I want to see what is, if anything is shifting in the ethereal plane as this happens.
A Spice Girl.
I just find it crazy how when Jerry just said this shit, right? Acting like I was making shit up.
What did Jerry say?
When she was like, when Keely mentioned this is why he smokes weed, and
Mhm.
Cassidy was like, I don't do anything like that, and I was like, you were just doing spice like 2 weeks ago, and now here we are.
Wait, what
5
happened?
weeks later.
So essentially, the map looks like this. All the other areas are darkened and recessed, and the one you picked is highlighted.
Gotcha.
But the main gist is the A or B. For
Yeah,
the two lines here.
Mm.
But I'm watching the map and the space, like
Did
the
you-
space we're in.
You took the spice?
Yeah.
Give me a con saving though.
Don't fuck around and just have a good time out here.
15.
15.
I say, didn't you pass out the last time or something?
Someone did. I
no.
don't think it was her. Someone
I did
conked
not.
out.
I
It was
saw
the
I could whisper
shopkeep.
the world.
The shopkeep fell out.
That's right.
Yeah, we didn't rob when he was happy about it.
Okay.
Sit down.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so with the current spice-induced trance you're in, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
What the? Okay.
But as you look around, you can see a giant image of the Maker, and
Ooh.
you see him just shifting forces in the direction that you picked, as his hands are wide, just gathering energy and moving it towards that region. And as he stops moving, you see the energies are locked in each hand, one across the A line and one across the B line, and he just gazes down at you.
Wait. I say to Midas. I say no, not Midas. Fuck. I say to Dino. What was that question? You asked that was for the Maker. What the ramifications are or something? No. What was it?
I'm not asking a question of the Maker.
No. That he said only the Maker. He wouldn't know.
Yeah.
What was that question?
You were told to ask the Maker.
Yeah. What was it? Does anybody remember? I put it in the group chat.
Give me a second to remember.
I tell the group stop. Don't say anything. I can see the Maker. I can ask him.
I think the equivalent image would be when the genie was being controlled by Jafar and got used to toss.
Nice.
That's it's like that.
But I have it. I use Keen Mind, and the DM has to remember for me.
No shoot. There we go.
Worst ability in the game. Woohoo!
Delicious.
Is that a real thing?
It is.
Delicious.
He remembers anything he sees or hears within 30 days of bullshit like that. Always knows the time and I think always knows the direction. It's a nutty spell.
That's amazing.
One of those DM games.
I believe you asked more or less what the ramifications of all the choices would be, or something along the lines of what was it?
He was asking specifics about the damage.
Yeah, what the consequences would be. Was it all played out, I think, for whatever region? Shoot.
I really, I think it was kind of along the lines of like what the damage will be, what the final consequence will be, if this place is chosen.
I think it was along those lines. I don't remember it verbatim because that was 20 minutes ago, which is an hour DM world.
With Keen Mind in play, I'll re-ask that question. I'll say, Catra will get on her, like, humble herself. Or actually, no. When we talked to him last time, what was the vibe?
He was pretty chill.
Alright. I'll just,
it was very Ready Player One. You've made it.
Yeah, it was like a congratulations type of speech.
It's like, congratulations, by the way, great power, great responsibility. Get to the wall cities.
He
looks very different here. I will point that out.
Okay, so I'll say in a very humble way. I'll say we just know him as the Maker, or do we know his name? Because I don't have my other.
I'm not sure if you know his name.
His name is Thon Ming.
I don't remember.
Exactly. You knew it. You knew it.
Okay, I'll say. I'll humble myself, and Where is he? Is he just in the middle of the days?
No, he is kind of floating in the ether, off to the right, more or less.
If I turn towards him specifically, does he clock me clocking him?
He's looking at you.
He's looking at me now?
Yeah, once he brought the forces to bear, he looked down at you, and you get the impression that this thing is aware that you can see.
Juvens. Isn't that the name?
Juvens. Yes.
I do not know if you all know that name.
I feel like we
That's
do.
what you told us, but let me check my world anvil.
Okay.
I'm
he
sure
might have told you his name.
A name, and that's.
I'm pretty sure he said
remember
that,
what the name he gave was.
Okay. I mean, if you had asked, he would have given you his name. Yes.
I say hello, and incline my head, I recognized your power in this moment.
You wouldn't have magic if it wasn't for him.
We can see her humbling herself, right? She's
to an invisible. And she also said that.
Yeah, my physical form is doing this as well.
Yeah, and she did say that she can see Juvens. Or she can
Yeah.
see the makeup.
Then
She
I'm
said
going to enhance ability on her and give her advantage on her charisma.
Thank you. 'Cause
Whatever.
that. Okay.
I need
So
all the-
as you say that,
Oh!
it is still just staring at you.
Okay. I say, is it? I can't retroactively use my what you call it, to re-roll my saving throw? Can I?
No.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
So
hold on, real quick.
Mhm.
Is Catheter within 10 feet of me?
probably, yeah,
How many feet?
because we were all in a group.
Yeah, 10 feet. So you get +2 to all your saving throws. You can't be charmed and you can't be trained.
Okay, so then I would have had a 15. No, what did I have? I would have had a
You
17.
had 15. That would be 17. So your speed's not half. You still have disadvantage on ability saves. Or ability
Okay.
checks.
Okay. I say.
Your charisma's straight.
So my charisma would be a straight roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, I asked the question. Did I forgot what the fucking question was? Just that quick. Oh, I say, understanding the gravity of our choice right now. What damage would the region face if they're chosen?
Where'd you ask about that?
That is the question you asked. More or less, whatever the question was.
I think that
Understanding we
is.
have keen
I think
minds,
more or
we would
less.
know
I
the
think
question.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, keen
Right,
mind
but
is also subject to our personal memories, so there's that too.
right.
But even just for the campaign, they just tried to flood Crag Gamer. I think we know that they're playing for keeps. Right?
Different people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the image of Juvens that's holding this great power in his hands. Well, I think for this purposes, it would have grabbed the two coils that are being in decision here. It will look to you and begin to try to communicate, and your ears are simply flooded with whispers.
No! No! Is it the whispers of the world that's doing this? No!
You just
Wait,
hear
what?
whispers
I say-
flooding your ears.
I say
Lies,
to my
lies!
man,
Don't believe! Lies, lies! You can't trust it! You can't get out! You're in danger! You're in danger!
Can I read its lips?
No.
Wait, the girl from the job?
Okay. I say in my mind. Anyone, I need you to take Spice. I'm being influenced. No one else. My cousin cannot do this. Anyone else, I need you
Fina
to take
will do it.
Spice.
Why don't you want me taking Spice?
Because you are influenced by this by Lestria itself as well.
I shall do it.
Jerry looks at Slyrak and says, I mean, I think I should stay here to punch some shit, but I can have a good time over there.
I say to Juvens, I'm so sorry. I cannot receive this message. I have to ask someone else to do it. I'm so sorry. We'll have to ask again.
I mean,
And I
I said
just
that
like-
to Slyrak.
You just humble myself to not piss him off.
Yeah, so I hold my hand out to Philly, like, yo, give me that shit, dog.
I sprinkled it on him like gold dust.
Great way to give drugs to somebody else. Theo, as you're doing this with your passive perception, you can see the Warforged is straining to keep whatever's happening here open. You get the impression that this isn't like an infinite timeline to decide here.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And I will respond to Jerry.
I think you asked the question
Look at him.
to
Okay.
Jews. I'm ignoring them.
Well, roll con save for me first for the spice.
All right.
I'll give you guidance.
All right.
You're on Spice. You can't. Oh.
She still has some magic.
I can still give guidance. I turned to my cousin though. In this moment, I turned to my cousin though.
I get an advantage. Because I get advantage against disease, poison, all that kind of stuff. My deathless
And I tell
nature.
him to take spice so he can see what's happening to me and see just.
So, spice is one of those fun things. It's not a disease or a poison. What else are you covered against?
I mean, a drug is a poison.
No, you'll be fine. This is my spice. I cultivate this my own self.
Oh, okay,
I've
great.
tried to use science in D&D myself. It never worked out for me.
Wait, hold on. Hold
does-
on. Wait. Hold on, one second. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can say that might like keep him from any of this. All right, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, roll for advantage.
Yes.
I don't feel
Alright,
like
I'm
mitigating whether weed and mushrooms are poisons or not.
Can I,
All right, 19 altogether.
I was gonna say, if I cast Greater
you gave me
Restoration
guidance too?
for myself, if I cast Greater Restoration, would it mitigate any of the effects of the spice without canceling like the
So
astral
22.
plane?
Of spice?
Because it's
Greater.
any reduction to ability scores and stuff.
You would completely lose all benefits of spice if you did that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So you got 19.
22 altogether. She gave me guidance.
I
If that
did.
counts.
I did give guidance.
Okay.
So 22 is still going to be disadvantaged on saving checks.
Dang.
Disadvantage on ability checks. It is meant to completely fuck your mind up. So that is kind of one of the things that happens.
Is it or is it to open your mind? There's a difference now.
That would also fuck up your ability checks.
I can give you guidance on top of.
Well, he rolled guidance.
No, I mean his checks. I could gotcha.
Okay. So you now see this large illusionary Juvenus come into view, holding the two coils of A and B with power surging through them. It now turns its gaze from Katsura to you.
And I asked my question, the same one I asked before.
I'm gonna need a sentence of some kind of.
Okay.
You can spitball it.
Yeah.
And, I'm gonna have to go. I'll follow up and figure out what happens next time.
All right, Greg.
Shall I remove the spice?
It's 12:30, bro.
We're wrapping up.
All right, we can wrap it up.
Wait, just ask the question though.
What will become of the region that I name? The area that I name?
So are you asking like once it's all said? Because you already know that when you pick, that's not the final decision on what happens there.
Yeah, once it's all said and done, like the region that gets chosen, what happens to it?
The large Juvens, he breathes in a great breath as it pulls the coils tighter, and it depulsing through it. Sacrifice for the greater good.
What the? Yeah, I got
Blown off the map.
Region B. I looked at Warforged and said Region B.
Is that the group's decision? Because the one person can't
Go
just
with
call it.
the answer.
Fuck this. No, I
Everyone,
told you.
everyone said B, I believe. Anyways, I mean the Warforged is sentient.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching what happens in the ether, but yeah.
Okay. You say B. In the ether, Juvens lets go of A, puts both hands on B, and it just thrums with power as Juvens dissolves. And now visible light is bursting off of this coil as it just shoots through into the infinite ether, lighting up along the way. The Warforged turns a final crank, and the B line is the only one still standing on the map. As you see the wall city circle above Gilovesto, in between Gilovesto and Thalos, lights up.
Nice.
The room shakes a bit as the Warforged keys the final thing, closes the platform back, and as it closes flush, takes a deep breath and says, The choice has been made. The first line drawn. May the others pick wisely. Though I am afraid it is too much power for any one to wield. As it reaches back and pulls a sword off his back.
Oh, initiative.
Thank you for your decision and your action. And next week we will roll initiative.
Yo, my man is about to take us out. Oh Lord.
Oh shit! I'm so tired. I thought he was about to give us that shit. Fuck.
No.
Question, Brian.
Yes.
Can I see? If I look around in the astral plane, can I see who is whispering in my ears? Does it have a form?
Do you want to?
Oh no.
Better question. Roll insight for me.
Okay. Good. I'm sure it'll be under 11. So.
Under 11?
Yeah. It was a 6. Oh, it's 11 exactly. So yeah.
Okay. With an 11 insight, you are aware. More aware than anything ever been in your life. As aware that if you stop breathing, you will die. That if you look and see what is whispering to you, something terrible will happen.
I just close my eyes and sit down.
Hold on. She can't be frightened.
Oh, I didn't say she... This is not the frightened condition. This is the awareness that if she looks at what is whispering to her, something terrible will happen.
Stare at the boogeyman in his face.
Man, hold on.
And
No,
you don't have to be scared to be wise.
Yeah.
It is an understanding.
She's within 10 feet of the
Okay.
aura of courage. I just
Sure.
unlocked it.
You can be courageous and not jump off a cliff. You can know full well if you jump off this cliff, something terrible will happen. It is the feeling of being at a cliff, looking over and knowing if you take that step, no matter how courageous you are, something terrible will happen. If you turn and look, yeah, they die.
So it's not fear as much as it's.
It is a
You can't take
base
the level
feral
40
acknowledgement of danger.
All right.
You know who's whispering to you, right?
The Yang Yang twins.
It's that thing that Midas saw.
What they might have.
Last campaign, thanks.
It's the thing that they pretty much set the world into a powder keg. I'm really wondering where all this is.
Wait, are we still streaming?
We're still streaming, but the session is done. Still streaming.
Okay, I'm hopping
Wait,
off.
because I'm going to say something that Saeed said, but it called back to the last session. It was very specific information.
Well, you can go ahead. This is post campaign talking. Go ahead and say whatever.
No, he was saying like those circles are the sky giants we saw.
Those are
the Sentinels.
Those were on the lake, and didn't we see like?
Yes, we saw.
Lines coming from them.
Was going to freaking false.
Yes, it
Like
was
line
going to
C.
false.
So, to clarify with these Sentinels, so for you, Manny, when they were in a skyship, they saw giants standing on platforms in the sky, just standing essentially Sentinel, not moving, not doing anything. But under Spice Vision, they could see that those floating platforms had a line going from that platform somewhere else in the world. One of the lines was going. Oh, I think a few of the lines were going to Faust. I think eventually. Didn't one of the lines connect to someone in the group eventually?
Oh yeah, because what happened was they were siphoning the power from it.
Huh?
No, that's not what that was.
Oh no, okay.
That's not what
No.
the giant in Julavesta was getting its power siphoned. I think one of you got a line attached to yourself. I don't remember how.
Okay.
But those Sentinel platforms had lines coming from them leading elsewhere. the group never figured out exactly what that was. It might have come up, but I don't remember exactly
I know
in
Mike
what
had a giant over
circumstance.
his head. I remember that.
Because
Yeah,
I
I do
think
know.
you got the killing blowing a giant, I believe, is what that came
Yeah,
from.
he got from killing a giant. He got a giant.
But-
over his head.
My iPad's about to die, so I'm about to wrap this
And
up.
was Solarian one was getting one? Because she killed, what's it called? The dragon, and then that giant that was helping him? I don't know.
I don't remember what happened. I actually,
Because he killed the scepter dragon.
yeah, and then I tried to kill Assad, but well, we see what happened with that. So I don't know. But
But no, great session, guys. You guys have finally been in the room. Had you asked Future Self, he would have given you a heads up that after you choose something here, this guy was going to attack.
yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case.
that was going to be the.
But I was like, nah, he's not going to take. That's for his charge. Yeah, okay.
Because they don't want the same people making the choice
In every
room.
room.
But then,
It's-
I'm trying to,
This is exactly what we plan on doing.
which is
It's
exactly
what they're
what
doing.
correct.
It's a
I'm
bit of a
regretting
safeguard.
that enhanced ability spell now, but
But I'm trying to find. We don't know what the weapons would target.
No.
But okay. But this was created at the time of the dragon human giant war.
Humans weren't involved technically. So it was initially built during the giant dragon wars. It was
They were against each
retooled.
other?
Yeah, so the giants were fighting the dragons in a very long, epic, centuries-long war. Every other species was, of course, constricted and forced to
The
different
humans
things
were
in the war.
Dragon slaves.
And giant.
And giant slaves, okay.
Yes, the different regions had different rulers, and all the other species were living under those rule. So there were, armies were made of giants, dragons, and whatever relative species were under those rulers' command. The walls were initially built by giants to help in the fights against the dragons. But they were retooled when a third, more dangerous enemy became clear. And the giants and dragons ended their war to focus on this new enemy. And the walls
Is it
were
the one?
retooled. Huh?
Is that the one that Midas is talking about?
Oh, that's interesting. So there's a third
Called him
power.
little enemy.
Oh, I remember that.
He's like, hello, little enemy.
Oh,
also too didn't
but I don't know what that was.
Feely have
It was from
a vision in the
Yeah,
beginning of the
go.
campaign about
Of the
some
world ending?
Of the world burning.
apocalyptic force? Yeah.
Yes, he did. He's had that vision twice
That's
now.
the third enemy.
He's had that vision twice.
But wait. But wait.
What is it, like a
now
flood?
what I'm thinking it's the freaking thing that's whatever it is that's whispering to me, because it's telling me it tried to stop me from finding out what would happen. Oh, this is too much. Oh no.
I mean, there's other.
I can read them all. Read all the series to try to piece this together.
Say again. Is there what?
I said, what series are you taking inspiration from so I can read them all and try to piece this together?
The light
No and no. But I am taking some liberties from something, though I've changed it quite a bit.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
No, but listen, you're doing public service because I can support my local bookstore.
You can support it in 2 years. But there actually is other information that's come up last campaign as well that would apply to this. But I don't think you guys remember it.
Stop. Don't make me go pull out those notes too.
You're not gonna find it. I don't think, because I don't think
promise you,
I don't think it clicked as something that would apply to this. It may
You don't
eventually.
understand my notes from last campaign.
No, think of it as maybe, but no. This is very. I'm so excited you guys finally got to this room. You finally got to the map. We've gotten a choice. The choice is B. Let me write that down again.
A sacrifice for the greater good. But that's so interesting because it's like wherever we choose, they feel like it would impact. It would have an impact. Wherever we choose would have an impact. So it's not like necessarily the threat is not localized like in one specific space. So that's very interesting.
The thing though is right. This actually,
I don't know
if
what
y'all
the
watching
weapon
Fino, this did bother him a bit. That he had to
Oh,
choose
did it?
every time.
I believe that.
I'm a little surprised he picked it. It's not any less populated than the rest of the world.
I thought it would be because I thought all that ice was ice.
I mean, Craghammer's in a mountain. Like the Craghammer, on looking at the map, doesn't look hospitable, but it is. This is a desert. It is a magical world. It's not like there's cities across the entirety of the ice, but people live there for sure. There's nations and kingdoms. Logan was king of the whole thing.
Right? Fino told them, he was like,
They can
the
survive.
Outer Tundra is hard.
Yeah.
He was like, we used to hard life. He was like, so
That's very
if
true.
anybody's going to survive this, it's going to be us.
That's very true.
The
It
next-
is a very hard place to live, and it makes people like Logan.
When we get out of here, I need to ask the. We need to find out what this weapon is.
It's sex.
Look, honestly, go
I'm
away.
serious, yo.
Go
You give
so
him that
far
good
away
thing?
right now. Go so fucking far away right now.
Give it to him good. They
Because
like,
I really want to know what this weapon is, because then we might be able to ascertain what the threat is.
I see. If you can figure out what you're shooting, you can know what you're shooting at based on the size and what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
It's the thing. It's the thing that might have spent.
Oh, this is so.
I guess we can just travel to the northeast and
So
go look for ourselves.
He got a job for him.
now
We follow the line and see what happens with the line.
Yeah.
follow the line. The problem with this is because this is a sphere, the lines cross into each other, so it's like B becomes F. So
B absolutely runs into F.
and A in one becomes 4. So I'm like, that's why I was like, will it actually stop there? Like, but we didn't ask that question. So
You did not. Maybe next
All we're just
room.
we're looking at longitudinal lines, guys.
right.
Little latitude, little longitude. That's all.
But those, so this circle-
Maybe next time we pick F and we complete the line. See what happens.
this-
That's
this
true.
circle-
You could.
Yeah.
But again, well,
Something to you.
There's the Craghammer though.
Craghammer's already had a rough go this campaign.
Right.
Right. Craig Cameron don't need nothing else.
Could make their day even more shitty.
As
So
shitty
those
as possible.
circles in lines that are in G and C, are those like the poles? Like, or are those just like on the map itself? Like, are those like? Not
Say it again. Say it again.
So those circles with the lines radiating from them in G and C, like, are those the poles? Like, if you make this a sphere, are those the
Oh,
poles?
those are the major ports. You're talking about like right below G,
Yeah.
where the golden lines are coming across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just the major ports, and the compass rose is coming off the major ports of the world. This is more of a
Okay.
shipping map for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
So the major port of Golden Leaf is in Phala. The major port of Sil Nalora is in
South.
Faust.
Okay.
Although Arena is the shipping, water-faring elves of the world.
So the poles are like on A and E, like north and south. They're not like weird, like east and west.
No. It's regular world physics, top and bottom.
Okay. Ooh, this is so interesting, Brian. So excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I love that you guys didn't know Evanwood was an island this whole time.
No, I could have sworn we traveled
Tana,
from it.
you magically traveled. Tana had a shipping empire rooted out of
Yes.
Evanwood.
Correct.
Hey, Manny,
It could have been. I just thought it was a coastal.
did you grand open yet?
Yeah, he talked about this. You weren't there.
I wasn't there. How'd it go?
Okay.
It went pretty
Wait.
well, actually.
All right, I'm going to end the stream. I was told I'd never say anything, so we're signing off till next week, folks. Someone told me I just always press the end button. You never know what